Hello there. This is going to be my review for Loki Season 2, Episode 4. If you haven't seen the episode yet and you don't want to be spoiled, I'd highly recommend watching it first, because there will be spoilers in this review. Also, I apologise in advance if I sound a bit off. I'm feeling a tiny bit shitty today. So we get back to Renslayer and Miss Minutes in the Citadel, and it's revealed that He Who Remains dumped Renslayer back at the TVA, wiping her memories, and I kind of saw this coming. The secret that he was keeping from her had to be something that we would have kind of known about, or something we'd kind of care about, something we've kind of dealt with before, kind of thing. I don't think it would have been a thing into something into her behavior or something irrelevant to the story. I feel like if it was going to be anything, it would have been this. Victor Timely ends up at the TVA, and it's great to see him in his element, the place he's heard about all of his life. Victor and Ouroboros meet, and I won't lie, as much as I found Ouroboros annoying before, it was wholesome to see them two fanboy over each other. It's interesting to see that their work is a paradox of each other. Loki and Mobius arguing over who has to go out there to fix the loom was quite funny. Victor saying that his device is a prototype is good tension, because every other prototype he'd created up until this point was a failure. Mobius wants pie again. Again, it's the running joke that keeps on giving. I love it. Like, every time something goes wrong, something inconvenient happens, he just wants pie. Sylvie jabs at Mobius not having any personal investment in the timelines because he hasn't looked at his life on the timeline, and that's another jab at him not looking, the same as when Loki said it, I think in season 1, and Brad said it earlier on in season 2. I think it's going to have to get to the point where Mobius looks at his alternate life on the timeline. So maybe he has a jet ski, maybe he owns a pie shop and he has a jet ski on the beach somewhere. So Loki speaks to Sylvie, and it's good to see Loki reflect on things from back in the first Thor film, especially when he called Thor weak for caring about other people. It's good to see Dox and her team reject Renslayer and Miss Minutes, but fuck Brad. We don't like Brad. Dox and her team's deaths were absolutely brutal, and Miss Minutes only becomes more unhinged as she watches. She's making me feel more unsettled as a watcher, as I see her cartoonishly unhinged facial expressions. If you watch the episode, you'll see exactly what I mean. It's getting to the point now where she might actually end up being the overarching villain of the entire series, because Jesus Christ. So Victor being amazed and curious of the coffee machine was hilarious and wholesome as fuck. It seems like he makes adjustments to the machine, and it makes a great hot chocolate, and I just loved it. But of course, Brad had to ruin the fucking moment. Fuck Brad. There was a Jurassic Park reference with the you didn't say the magic word, and I found that quite funny, because it seems all the technology in there is it looks kind of 80s, 90s based, and it's the same kind of technology that was in Jurassic Park. So that kind of virus with Miss Minutes doing the you're not authorized, blah blah blah, you've been locked out. It was quite funny, and I picked up on that. I think a lot more people might pick up on that as well. So it turns out my predictions were 90% on the ball. The future scene from episode 1 was a future episode of the season, but not the finale. However, I was right in my prediction that it was Loki's future self that would prune his old self. The same time paradox logic of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, when Harry saves himself from the Dementors by using time travel. But obviously he didn't know at the time it was himself. Ouroboros proposes rebooting the system to stop Miss Minutes, which removes the block on magic, and Loki and Sylvie's reaction to this was absolutely priceless. It is a bit weird that with all the interfering Miss Minutes would do, that she didn't see herself being rebooted coming. Sylvie takes hold of Brad and prunes her, and thank God, finally been put out of my misery. I was really starting to get annoyed by Renslayer, the whole self-righteousness, bitchy kind of act was getting on my nerves. So if I had it my way, I would have had Sylvie just pruned her an episode earlier. She got what was coming to her in the end. Victor decides to launch the device himself, and this was the first time I actually shouted at the screen in the series. He goes out the door and immediately gets shredded into spaghetti. My new favourite character in the series is just gone. Just like that. Damn. And then everything just goes to shit and we're left on a massive cliffhanger. Damn, I don't really know what to say to all that. Still processing the shock of what just happened even after the second viewing. All around though, it was an awesome episode. Even if the ending has left me stunned, and I'll be processing it all the way up until next week. I'll see you guys later for this week's upload, but that's all for now, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and if you like my videos, please go and watch more, because it really supports the channel and helps me get monetized. But that's all for now, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.